Zenitsu. Zenitsu is an absolute monster in this game. Let me give you guys a brief breakdown of what recently happened. So, long story short, there was some misinterpretation of me talking mad shit, and that led into more shit talking between you guys might know this fellow called Afro Senju. And yeah, what that led into was a debate between two swords clashing together on who was broken and who wasn't broken. And needless to say, Zenitsu being broken is going to get spread around the first week, absolutely, without a doubt. And I'm here to tell you that he's not broken. That being said, with backstory over, Zenitsu is a great character. I mean, a really great character. Wow, great character. But there are flaws with Zenitsu. Those flaws are very minute, but if you know them, you can abuse them. And it does take some practice, some getting used to and whatnot, and overall learning how this character functions. He's a very solid, very strong, very fast, whiff punishing character. You pretty much can't run away from Zenitsu. I mean, you can try, but with a great assist and being able to not only quick dash you, but thunderclap and flash you and then do it again just to make sure that the combo actually, you know, picks up something, it's very, very strong. Zenitsu's speed is almost like any other in the game, almost unlike any other in this game. He is not the fastest character in terms of his movement. He is the fastest character in terms of his skills. His ultimate zips him across the screen, his skills zip him across the screen, and his DP, which is the your guard plus the triangle button, is so fast that it's almost unpunishable. It's fully invulnerable on startup all the way through. It counts as a counterattack, and it can interrupt the opponent during whatever they're doing. So it's a very amazing skill. It's a great DP. I love it. I really want to work in using it more to interrupt instead of going for like parry, because parry might be safer, or rather the DP might be safer than parry because you don't have to time it. You just do it. But that's all I want to talk about regarding Zenitsu and the overall overview of the character. He can play at any range simply because of the whiff punishing aspect. And some of you might be asking yourself, well, what does that mean? What do you mean whiff punishing? I've talked about this in the previous couple videos that I've done for both Tanjiro and Rengoku, and I've talked about the distances that they typically want to play at. A lot of the Storm players will love Zenitsu simply because he is fast and allows them to do things that you were previously able to do in the Naruto Storm games. It's going to be very hard for people to deal with Zenitsu, especially the first month or so, give or take, simply because parrying is very tight. It's a very strict mechanic in the game where if you miss it, you get blown up. And Zenitsu is not a weak character. He can do a lot of damage, again, especially with an assist. Most of this damage that you're seeing from the clips between Afro and I are not using an assist to add to that damage. This is all Zenitsu burning his meter and then using those high damaging moves. This is a big reason why Zenitsu has red combo starters on all of his skills. It's simply because if he didn't, he would be able to spit out too much damage. Touch of deaths don't exist in this game without some very extreme requirements ahead of time or during the match. But in Zenitsu's case, if he were ever able to get a combo started from one of his usual skills that start with a red combo counter and they were blue or even yellow, he would probably be able to touch of death you, and then he would be considered broken. But let me show you what I mean. Attention to go baby, what's good guys? Yoku here. That's kind of a late intro. I don't know if I like the feeling of that, but you can see on the screen that we do have Zenitsu here. Zenitsu is pretty quick, and this is outside of boost, mind you. I haven't really spoken too much about boost because boost adds some boost completely changed the character, right? Zenitsu, for instance, being able to whiff punish certain characters and you know, get whatever's going on, boost completely changes him, because what it does, I'll just show you guys, it now allows him to simply add all this extra lightning damage. He's incredibly fast, and he can just, from this far away, I can get whatever I want. If I see the opponent doing anything, I can simply just thunderclap and flash and they're gone. I can do that normally, but now I have all this extra damage on top of that. I can cancel that out. I can call an assist. Boost changes a lot of the characters. Not so much in Zenitsu's case that he's still not Zenitsu, but I don't want to specifically talk about boost in these character overviews because of that reason. It's a very it's like tedious in a way with what boost actually allows certain characters to do versus other characters. That being said, and going into it, Zenitsu only has 2 specials. That's really it. He's got Thunderclap and Flash Prime. It lands right there. You cannot do anything after that. As a Zenitsu player, you can't a mashing circle. I can't quick dash. That's the earliest I can get quick dash is what you just saw. I can't jump out of this move. It's a quick whiff punishing move. Now there are some scenarios where I could probably do something like this, right? I can do that into that and then pick it up that way, but there's timing to it. So now that I've known that, or now that I see that, right, I can do this, call Tanjiro, get that out, and then potentially dash in. But again, Zenitsu's stuck in this recovery that it's very hard to actually get that punish off without being you know, right there. The recovery is just really long. Now I think, if I'm not mistaken, they crumple. Okay, they don't crumple, they bounce up. So if they did crumple, you would be able to pick it up with an assist. I think this, nope, doesn't crumple either. So you're not actually getting a crumple from that, which means you need an assist that's going to help you pick that up so that you have enough time to do that. Once again, I'm going to tell you guys this now. Waterfall Bastion is the best assist in the game, so that might help you out in that regard. Hinokami Tanjiro's assists are not so great for OTGs or pickups, mostly for combo tools or keeping the pressure going. Anyway, Thunderclap and Flash, not Prime, so the one that you do the directional button, this is the one where you see everyone doing this, and you can burn it up to 6 times if you, for whatever reason, had 6 bars, or if you were in boost, right? Because boost allows you to do an infinite amount of these. You can simply burn it, and you see that the combo is red, it ends, and if I were to burn on my meter, or if I was in boost, that's already 50%. So for 50% in boost, if you see anyone whiffing something, they're dead, just off rip. Zenitsu is an amazing whiff punish character. I don't think this goes full screen. Yeah, it's just short of full screen. So if you're way back here and you see your opponent doing something, I would just run up a little bit, cancel it into that, and then you just keep it going. If you want to burn your meter, I don't recommend it. Zenitsu is a very important meter management character. You need to know when to burn the Thunderclap and Flashes and when not to burn the Thunderclaps, when to use your assist, so on and so forth. There is different combo routes that you can take with Zenitsu. I don't know too many of them because I'm not playing this character right now, and he can go, you know, up in the air and whatnot and all that fun stuff, but for the most part, all of these lead into that. Thunderclap and Flash Prime does the same thing, but in the air. It's just gonna be a hard whiff, right? You don't really have to whiff punish them there, but because it's so fast, it does that amount of damage. It's pretty decent, right? That's about 15-ish%, give or take. And then your regular one does a little less than that, maybe like 10-ish%, I suppose. But you can combo it. So if you do it from the sky and you do it down here, you can simply just repeat it. Like Thunderclap and Flash is going to be the most used skill from Zenitsu. I think Thunderclap and Flash Prime, so TCFP, I think is a short name for it. TCFP is going to be used to like hard whiff something, right? You see them whiffing something and you want to use a little bit of invulnerability between that to get to them. You can do that and go from there. Other than that, he's got this move, which is absolutely godlike. This move right here, Airspin, is so godlike. It's so good. It's just so good. All right, this move is absolutely ridiculous because now you can just pick up and do whatever you want for free. Now granted, it does lead into a red combo again because of how Zenitsu works and the damage that he just spits out from these specials, but you can get a lot from it, right? You can do something like this, maybe not that. I think I have to combo it more. Let's try it. There we go. Look at that. Right before the red combo counter goes away, and hypothetically, if I would have had 3 bars, so this is counted as an ultimate level 3, and then you're gonna do almost all of that bar. That's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous for how much you can get away with Zenitsu. He does have some scaling to his moves when it comes to doing the multi-hits. I think everyone has scaling when they're doing the multi-hits and whatnot, but for the most part, you guys get a very firm idea of what I'm talking about regarding Zenitsu. Your goal as Zenitsu is to play very solid. You need to outplay your opponent, and if you want to rush them down and you have a very strong assist, Zenitsu allows you to do that. It's not necessarily what I consider the optimal way to play him, but it does work. That doesn't mean that it's bad or you know, anything like that. Just if I were playing Zenitsu, my preference would be to whiff punish a lot more often instead of rushing down my opponent, because I want to make sure that I have enough meter to really close out rounds if need be without burning the bars all the time. Other than that, Zenitsu is amazing. His jab is trash. I'm just going to throw that out there. And I say it's trash just because of how everyone else's jab is basically this. So his square, right? That everyone else kind of has that for their first jab. His jab is just a shoulder tackle. It works for really good like pickups, right? It's really quick up close, and you can just pick them up. If they're falling down, maybe after you do like Airspin, right? They're falling down, you can catch them with that. Compared to if your jab was this, it might be a little slower. You might miss because of the angle that this is at. And a lot of other characters do have that problem where they simply just miss because the hitbox is the actual sword itself. But in Zenitsu's case, timing this right, you can actually get that shoulder tackle in there and you're good to go. So it's really nice that Zenitsu has that availability to be able to do that. But that's not where you're with punishing people with. I'm not gonna say don't do this, but your goal really isn't to do something like this, right? He's very good up close. If you're gonna press your attack button, you want to be within this range of the character, because this turns into that, right? If you hold it, you do the tilt normal attack, it turns into that. You have to learn the distance, learn the range of what Zenitsu can hit people at, because if you miss and you're right outside of it, let's say you do this and you start doing all this crap, well, this can get you parried. This into this can get you parried because you miss it, right? So if I'm just mashing parry, or I'm push blocking and then parrying, and you're doing all of this, you're gonna get parried, or you can get parried, I should say. It's not gonna be a pixel perfect thing because everybody doesn't know how to parry. But regardless, that's pretty much the Zenitsu overview. He's a very strong character. Once again, you want to be able to move, zip around, and really just watch your opponent. You are almost in complete control of your own neutral. Well, you are complete control of your own neutral, but I mean the approach from you to the character is within your complete control. If you want to rush down the character, you can do that. You have 3 different ways to rush down the character. Technically 5. You've got 5 different ways to rush any character down and get in their face immediately. You've got quick dash, you've got Thunderclap and flash prime, right, which leads into a soft knockdown, but it's so far away that they can't punish you even if they were to block it. You've got regular Thunderclap and flash, which combos into itself. You've got that all from the air, mind you. So this is from the ground, right? You've got 2 from the ground, with 3 from the ground. You've got 2 from the air. And they all leave you in a relatively safe distance to not get punished. Some characters can punish you, i.e. Tanjiro with the water wheel, or any other character like Sakonji, for instance, with a water wheel, or character that has a very far-reaching special skill. Quick dash can catch you if you use, I think it's this one, because it leaves you so much in recovery. But you can, after this, you can definitely block. Like after TCF, a regular TCF, you can definitely block, right? But if you use prime, you're in a very sticky situation. It's stronger, it's faster, but if you miss it, you can be whiff punished, or yeah, I guess that's a whiff punish, but you guys get what I'm saying. Anyway, that's it. That's Zenitsu. That's all I have to say about this character. Pick him up, enjoy him. I know a lot of you guys are gonna be playing Zenitsu. You're gonna see a lot of Zenitsu's day one. He's one of my favorite characters in the series. Such a great character. But yeah, not who I want to play at this exact moment in time. But he's super solid. Very cool. Very cool. Very cool. Anyway, if I missed anything, let me know in the comments down below. Like this video, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. And let me know who you guys want to see next on the list. I can't say my usual outro because it's inappropriate for YouTube. Smell you later.